Look, we've all been there. 3 a.m. in an airport terminal that smells like floor wax and desperation, staring at a bright yellow plane and wondering, is a $40 flight to Vegas worth my dignity? For years, Spirit Airlines was the internet's favorite punching bag, the Walmart of the clouds, the Greyhound with wings. But as of today, May 2nd, 2026, the joke is over. Spirit just pulled the plug. They've officially ghosted the entire U.S. aviation industry. Spirit didn't sell you a flight, they sold you a geometry problem. Their bear fare was basically an invitation to sit in a metal tube. You wanted a carry-on? That's a fee. You wanted a seat that actually reclines? That's a fee. You wanted the pilot to actually show up? Well, that was usually included, but they were thinking about it. It was a beautiful, chaotic game of how much can we strip away before the government calls it a human rights violation. And it worked. They forced the big guys, the Deltas and the Uniteds, to stop acting like fancy sky hotels and start charging $50 for a bag just to keep up. Spirit was the king of the no-frills jungle. So, what happened? Well, imagine trying to fly a plane where the wings are made of credit card debt and the engines are currently optional. First, they tried to marry JetBlue. The government stepped in and said, absolutely not. If we let you two merge, who's going to provide the $19 flights for college kids and bachelorette parties? The judge blocked the deal, leaving Spirit at the altar with a $3 billion bill. Awkward. Then, their fancy new engines started acting like they were powered by AA batteries. Dozens of planes were grounded. You can't make money if your fleet is basically just expensive lawn ornaments. And finally, the conflict in the Middle East earlier this year sent jet fuel prices to the moon. For a budget airline, that's like trying to run a marathon while someone is pouring concrete into your shoes. Last week, it looked like a miracle was coming. A $500 million federal bailout. We were this close to having Spirit, the national airline of America. Imagine the DMV, but at 30,000 feet. But yesterday, the deal died. The creditors fought, the politicians argued, and Spirit finally realized that praying for a miracle isn't a certified flight plan. We're going to miss them. Not because the seats were comfortable, they were basically lawn chairs bolted to a floor. Not because the service was great, the flight attendants usually looked like they were one "excuse me" away from a breakdown. We're going to miss them because without Spirit, every other airline is going to look at your $200 ticket and say, you know what? Let's make that $500. Who else are you going to fly? A kite? So, pour one out for the yellow school bus of the skies. It was loud, it was cramped, and it charged you $5 for a cup of lukewarm tap water. But man, it sure was cheap while it lasted. Seriously though, if you have a flight today, you're walking.